All right, we're just waiting for a few people to join. And then we will get started. Thank you for everyone that is liking, subscribing. And we will start the list out. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? A lot of messages, a lot of messages. A lot of messages. Compromise, change. Ooh, somebody been dealing with somebody. You don't want to not be with them, but you're willing to compromise, it looks like. Okay. Let's see here. Do I want to start with these cards? Let's see here. Let's start out with the energy. Let's check the energy of the collective. If you'd like to get on the list, you need to subscribe, like the video, and then leave your zodiac, your name, and where you're watching from, and I will draw a message for you. Spirit, what messages do you have? Some chopstick or something. Oh, everything would fall. Okay. I try to get cute today, y'all. Put on a little, what's it called? Hey, what are you doing, Nelly? You better not be eating the cat food. I forgot. Y'all, come on, y'all go in there. Come on, go in your room. Go in your room. Go in your room. Okay. I hope you're all doing well this evening. Once you join, let me know who my OGs are. Let's see here. So the message today is they tried to call your bluff. But there was no bluff. They tried to call your bluff, but there was no bluff. Okay. All right, indecision. Got the indecision card. Dealing with the number 8. Maybe you were supposed to make a decision about something that happened yesterday, today being the 9th, yesterday being the 8th. This can also be a follow-up from the reading that we did yesterday because we were working with some energies that didn't have a decision that needed to be made. Also, too, this person that was calling your bluff probably was not able to make a decision. So you made the decision for them and they wanted to call your bluff. But what they don't understand is that you have patience. You have patience to do what it is that you said you were going to do. So if that's leaving a toxic relationship, you definitely doubled up with the 16 card and decided that this relationship, this partnership, or this friendship wasn't worth the heartache, right? Financial constraints with the number 13. Maybe you've been more focused on your finances, or maybe this relationship or partnership impacted your finances. So you've decided that, you know what, now I'm going to take that time because time is money and I'm going to invest it back into me because I can't have financial constraints waiting on you to make decisions. And some of those decisions might have impacted, or those indecisions may have impacted you as well. Now you are showing up with the angel of strength. That could mean you're working with the Leo sign or you are the Leo. But this just says that it takes patience and it takes strength to work through your challenges and walk away. I didn't see the walking away card yet, but you do have the door of value at the bottom of the deck. So this to me says that you needed to walk away. You had to walk in a different, or maybe you had to walk in a different direction from someone that you were with. They went left, you went right. And it was because, again, your time, which is money, was being more invested in trying to keep this relationship afloat. And this person was not honoring and respecting your time or valuing your time. So when the financial constraints were like basically like the final straw, you decided, hey, I can't do this no more. So you've decided that you want to strengthen up, balls up, and decide that, you know what, I can't be in this relationship, or I can't be in this partnership anymore. It's not for my highest and best good. It's playing with my money funny. And now you're moving on with the Angel of Strength card. Okay, interlude. So you're at an interlude period, right? Deciding that that's not what you want, but you're ready for new doors to open up. That's not what you want anymore, but you're waiting for new doors to open up. Okay. You don't want the heartache. You don't want the toxicity. You don't want the hot and cold. So you're in the interlude phase. And the interlude phase just means that before something is about to begin, we're in a space of pause, but we are in a decision to be in that pause. We're not per se not in indecision. We've decided that we're going to be an interlude. I am going to read the meaning of the interlude card while I wait for some more people to jump on. Let me know when you have. Pause, resting, yep, pulling resources together, fact gathering, taking time out. This also meant that you saw the ship was sinking. Dealing with this relationship, it was again affecting the financial constraints with your finances, and you had to make a decision. So you took a pause or a timeout. But the thing is, the person that you took a timeout from, they think you coming back. But let's pull another card. You're not sure of trials. You're done. The sinking shrimp, you basically aborted the ship, and you decided like that's not the ship I want to be on. It's a sinking ship, right? Sinking. People are drowning, and you are not trying to be a part of this excursion this time. Okay. So if this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. Again, I think it's dealing with someone that may have some Leo in their sun, moon, rising, or in your Venus. I do see a lot of water in this reading as well. So you could also be a water sign. But that was just a quick message for the collective. If anybody wants to jump on the list, it is open. You need to subscribe, like the video, and then I'll get you on the list. Welcome, welcome. So let's see what else we have going on. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? I feel like somebody is making a decision, is in with this indecision card. I feel like someone needs help making a decision. So what we're going to do is we're going to call in spirit. If you're on the slide, this might be a message for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We are going to see what decisions you need to make. And if you guys are out here watching the live or the replay, I want you to think of something that you're trying to decide between. Like it could be a yes, a no, or this way or that way decision. Okay. I want you to think of two scenarios, A and B, or outcomes. And I'm going to pull a message on the outcome. Okay. Thank you so much for the message. There's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take that. Spirit, what messages do you have? Okay. And then I will be posting a video later on for people that are deciding between two people. So if you would like that video, let me know in the comments and I will tag you for that. Okay, so here we go. Kind of the same cards we had earlier. Okie dokie. Wait. Bottom of the deck. Okay. So there is a decision that you will be making. It will impact on the calendar your second and your third and fourth quarters. So if this is work related, this is something that you're making a decision on that may impact your third and fourth quarter. Okay. So if you decided on A, or if you know in your head what the A choice would have been, I want to give you what that looks like. Okay. Excuse me. So if this was dealing with a relationship or a partnership, dang it, did I do that right? I don't think I did. I did. Okay, here we go. I was going to say, wait a minute. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is Lady Autumn. So this is something that is impacting you from, might be from summer to fall, right? Now, if it was the A option, this may bring you a lot of bliss. It is something that you like doing. You see that you have you're instrumental in being able to contribute to whatever it is that you're creating. And I feel like with the calendar, it's something that you can do long term. Okay. And it will be something that you can have an adventure doing. Now, if it does involve traveling, I do say that that is something more in the cards for you. If you have to do, it doesn't have to be like a long term or like long distance traveling, but you may have to travel versus like working from home. Okay. So if there was one option and that is what you were thinking or wanting the outcome to, I do see that this is something that you will be able to contribute to more than once or continuously over a long period of time. Okay. Now, if it was the second option or B, if you were deciding on that, this is something that it may take longer to develop. It may take longer for it to come in union. Not as much longer, but it may be something that has you more staying at home or staying close to home. It's not the traveling, it's not so much the adventure, but the adventure may bring about also a relationship. So if someone was just wanting to do something work related, option A is perfect for you. If someone wants a little bit of balance, then you are going to have to wait a little bit longer for this to manifest. It might be more towards wintertime. And it also may include a relationship or a union with someone. Okay. Oh, hi, Miss Crystal. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'll definitely read for you. And then, oh, you're right. You're from Houston, Texas. Awesome. Okay. So let me put you on my list. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. So let's get Crystal. You like number 2 as well. So I was doing, if you're choosing between 2 options, the second option is going to manifest more towards the fall, winter, but it will bring about a balance so that if you are deciding on a work option or a new career change, it will bring about balance. And it may also include a union. Okay. Something you might just walk into. And if you're not with someone, or if you're just kind of dating or kind of just, single, let's just say, because I do see someone being very single and then all of a sudden this union comes in. But again, it's not going to happen till closer to wintertime. Okay, so have your fun now. All right, so we have Crystal on the list. Let me write your name down. Oh, that pen doesn't work, does it? All right. And Crystal, you are a Taurus. And you're watching from Houston. I'm in Dallas. Okay. Do you have a question that you would like to ask, Miss Crystal? Okay, let's see, got Crystal on here. Please, thank you for liking the video. If you haven't already, like the video. If anybody else wants to join the list, it is pinned in the comments how to do it. You just must engage with me. I am a live psychic reader, so I do like to tap in and engage with your energy. Really, my life is just okay. Okay, I can do that for you. Just tap the heart button. It strengthens the connection between you and I would love to read you a message. Spirit, what messages do you have for Miss Crystal? She is a Taurus from Houston. What messages do you have for Crystal? She is a Taurus from Houston. Okay. Yep. Okay. Just tap that heart button for me, please. What's the outcome for Crystal in Houston? What's her outcome? What is her outcome? Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, okay. Let me read this real quick because I want to know. Okay. So in the past, I feel like you were dealing with, let me clarify this. Don't let me assume anything. You can be on the list next. Alexa, you can be on the list next. Spirit, what messages do you have for Crystal? Crystal is the Taurus. She's in Houston. Clarify this kissed card, okay? Clarify this kissed. Okay, boom. All right, so, okay. Are you having a battle? I feel like you might be going through some up and downs, dealing with a person that you're involved with. I see a lot of fire. This is for you, Crystal. Make sure you're engaging with me. Okay, so it says like you're having an ongoing battle. You're really tired of dealing with this person. Like you want peace, but for some reason you're not able to get peace with this person. And you're learning a lot of lessons about yourself through this because you're building and developing resilience. However, this person has seemed to really like it's like they know how to like push that button, and it's like you're really trying to come to some type of resolve with them. Okay, so you could be trying to figure out a way to communicate better, trying to learn conflict management with this person. They could be fire, or they could have air sign energy as well, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But it's kind of draining on your energy, right? And it feels like you've been in this space for a really long time. Yes, you could even have been married, or just a long-term relationship with this person. Okay, she says yes and yes. And it's like you put your guard down, you put your guard up, and then you put your guard down, and then you put your guard up, and it's kind of like you're questioning. It's like if you block a person and then you unblock them, you can't decide if you're doing the right thing. Does that make sense? She said, yes, Aquarius. And I see that. Okay. And I see that you want resolve with this person, but this person is really, impacting your mental health. And it feels like you have like this soul contract or this like deep, tense trauma bond to this person. And you feel like you're at the end of your rope. You almost even have a codependency with each other because it's like this runner chaser energy. I see she said, well, there are two Aquarius, sort of. So I am going to be posting a reading about that as well. Make sure you hit the notification button because I did channel a message about that yesterday. And I think there was a strong sense of Aquarius in the reading I read for yesterday. I post quite a bit. I just don't upload them, and I will start doing more uploads. Okay. So I do feel like you're trying to figure out between this person. Now, one of these persons is a better kisser than the other. Is that, this is just us talking. One of them is just a better kisser than the other. And the one that's a better kisser is the one you want to let your guard down to. But that's the one that like that's not the one like that you should be letting your guard down to. Okay. And one of them you want to have a long-term relationship with, one of them you want to just have fun with. You got a lot of fire in your chart as well. So I feel like you may have a lot of sacral energy that you're not being able to do anything with. The sacral energy is like the orange energy in our chakra system. It's our feelings. And sometimes you just can't make sense of your feelings because you're being attacked in the sacral chakra area. Okay. You're being attacked. Okay. And one of them you like because but it's just like they can get to that sacral energy, even though they don't belong there. Does that make sense? Not in communication right now. I see that, but that doesn't, you're telepathically communicating with each other. You may not be physically actually like talking to each other every day, but you're still telepathically attached ball and chain with this person. Okay. And I just see that. Okay. So let's get to the options. Let's see here. Keep hitting that heart button for me. 1333. Threes, big threes. You have a lot of threes in your reading. That could be, she says she believes witchcraft is on her and she's empathetic and some other things. Absolutely. So, okay. Spirit, what messages do you have? You need to fellowship with other like-minded people. And that's what Spirit is telling you. And by doing so, she says she loves threes. Okay, look, and there you go. You got the 3 of Wands right there, right? King of Cups energy, and you've got the Page of Pentacles. Love, what I'm going to tell you this, it may not be easy for you to hear, but there's somebody else. There's another offer that wants to be made, and this could even just be an offer you make to yourself that you stop betraying yourself. You know? Yes, there's lots of 3s on the table, but what I'm understanding is that, look, you got 33 here, you got 3 of Wands here, you got 39, 36, which are all numbers of 3, right? They all compound back down to number 3. So what I'm understanding for you is it's really important for you to focus on yourself, your emotional intelligence. There's not a lot of emotional intelligence. This might have been from your father, right? Maybe your father didn't have a lot of emotional intelligence, didn't know how to speak to you, didn't know how to communicate with you. And it's not saying that he wasn't in your life, but it might have been he wasn't the person that you needed so that you could deal with the toxicity of men and how to communicate and how to resolve issues and conflict management with them. And if you didn't see any of that growing up, it's hard for you to try and learn it all of a sudden in your elder days, right? But I do also see that you may be considering some type of move. This could be a new job. Is that true? Are you wanting to change careers? She says she seems heartless. Yeah, I see that. There's not a lot of emotional. It's stoic, really. But are you wanting to change careers? Because this, I feel like it's something that you could be more focused on if you haven't already just changed careers. I do see that there's an offer that might be getting made for you. And it may it's going to make, so basically this is what Spirit is saying. There's an offer that's going to be made for you. It's something financial. It could be another stream of income that's going to come towards you. That is going to be what you need to shift your focus on. And it's going to make what you're going through right now, time is going to fly. Later, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I didn't realize I spent so much of my life. She said no, but someone wanted me to move to Iowa. Guess what? I am from Iowa. So not a bad choice. Lots slower paced life. Is this someone that wanted you to move to Iowa? They're not in a church or an organization, are they? because it looks like someone wants you to, like I said, move. And then again, like you're saying, someone wants you to move to Iowa, but that would mean that you would have to change careers as well. And I don't know, is it a King of Cups? But there's some masculine and maybe two feminine energies. There's a group of people. There's people that really want to welcome you and support you in a different area. And that's what I'm saying, is that may be what gets you out of this energy, because then time is going to fly and then you're going to be like, oh wow, I spent all that time, but then but really into church. And that could be, there's a lot of churches up in Iowa, believe me, but this could be something that gets you, because you have the fellowship card. And I feel like that's what you need right now, so that you can see that there's something else for you to focus on. And I do see that travel, because you have the travel card, right? Travel, moving abroad, foreign land. Iowa will be very foreign for you. And you may be able to trust this person that's offering you. You said he goes back and forth to Houston. And I can see that he may be someone that travels. He's caring. This person he's in touch with his emotions. He could come off as a good friend. He could also kind of like introduce you to other people that you can fellowship with, whether that's in church or if that's just in friendships. But there is an offer, and it is going to bring about good news. Okay. So I would stay open-minded. There could be some opportunities for you to, they always say Iowa is a place to grow. So that could be an option for you. And again, everything is not permanent. It might be the new chapter that you need in your life, because I do see that you are really guarded with your emotions and your feelings right now. And you really do want to let down your guard, and you really do want to love, but you might have to move away from this toxicity of this person, because you're trying to have resolve with them. And it's an addiction. It's an addiction. It's obsession. It's attachment. It's traumatic. There's, could be some, I don't want to say abuse, but abuse doesn't have to be physical. It can be verbal, especially dealing with this air sign. And there's some things that you're not fully aware of. Okay. When the devil card comes up, and it comes up in the reverse like this, it could mean that there's just some past traumas that you're still dealing with. He is no good. The one always on my mind. Absolutely. And that's why I said distance could be very helpful for you. So, yep. Yep. Relationships, nonconformity. You just, maybe going to Iowa wouldn't be so bad for you. You're showing up as the Empress, the number 3, right? Fertility, pregnancy, motherhood, sensuality, nurturing, creativity, beauty, art, healing, synthesis, continued growth. And we just talked about that. And a beautiful home. So 5-year restraining order. Absolutely. I definitely see that you're trying to have resolve with this person, but that 5-year soul contract is for a reason. Okay. It's for a reason. Yep. And I feel like, you went to court, and the court got involved, right? And if you look at these cards right here, what does it say? 515. And that's actually the area code in Iowa. That's one of the area codes, is 515. So if you resonate with this message, please write accept. But yeah, give it a go. The cost of living is a lot cheaper in Iowa than it is here in Texas. You can get quadruples much there. All right. Thank you for liking. Thank you for accepting your message. All right. Thank you. And like I said, I will post videos and content quite often. I don't want to overdo it, but I do get a lot of downloads, and I do spend a lot of time in solitude. I'm very much a hermit, and I'm very much into my practice. And I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. This is what I do, y'all. If you see all these decks back here, you see all these crystals over here. I've got crystal libraries. I'm going to be dropping gems about crystals. We're built of crystals and how crystals align with us and how they can help our energetic signatures, but I'm not going to get too much into that today. But just make sure you follow along, hit the notification button, and you know what? Go to Iowa just to visit. Okay, if he's going back and forth from Iowa, I would definitely go visit. I was just there last year to go see my family. I am actually literally from Des Moines, which is the capital of Iowa. I've lived in Texas for about 15 years now, though, so we're from here. But go up there and try it out and see if you like it. It's a lot slower pace, I will tell you that. But sometimes simple can be better for people. You know, if you're someone and you feel like you're just in the rat race and you're running in circles and you're living paycheck to paycheck, Boone is where he comes from. Okay, Boone's it's a little ways away from Des Moines, but I feel like Boone is growing. I don't go there, but I've heard some good things about Boone. I haven't heard anything crazy, but everything's close to Des Moines anyway. So I would just go try it out and go see, especially with that fall and winter reading and you resonating with that. I probably wouldn't make any like solid decisions probably until December or excuse me, until winter. But I would definitely go back and forth with him and see if that's something that you resonate with. Okay. And thank you for accepting your message. All right. Let's see here. We have Alexa. Are you still here? Okay. Alexa says she is what are you? Gemini. Oh, you're in Austin. She's a Gemini in Austin, Texas. Okay. All right. And she has a question. Also, I wanted to tell you, I would like to ask a question. So I want to tell you that I've seen you posting more recently and I hope you keep. I appreciate that. Thank you for that compliment. I appreciate you. Okay. So, yes, I am. The time has come for me to choose between two people. Oh yeah. Fire sign and earth sign. I love both for different reasons. So emotional and confused. I have trouble choosing. Okay, perfect. Great. So just go ahead and tap that heart button for me. Mash on it, mash on it, mash on it. That helps strengthen the connection between you and I. And since you're deciding between two, we will help you how we can. We will help you how we can. You're choosing between two options. And I literally have been channeling to do these type of readings more often. So that is in alignment with me as well. Okay, Spirit, what messages do we have for Alexa? She is a Gemini visiting us from Texas. Austin, Spirit, what messages do you have? Okay, what messages do you have? Gemini. Okay, two options. Okay, so A is going to be one person and B is going to be the other. Okay. Okay, well, you have victory for the overall energy. I don't think either one of these decisions is going to be necessarily like completely detrimental to you. For A, the gentleman or the person that you have chosen for A, is there an age difference between the two? I feel like one is older than the other one. I feel like I get this older energy from one person. Like one of them has lived their life. B has probably lived their life, has a lot of wisdom. Kind of like they're more secure. Okay, they are about the same age, maybe a month in between. Okay. Well, where do you stand with your age? Maybe that's what it is. Okay. But here's the thing. One of them might be more attractive, right? Might be more attractive. Maybe you talk to this person more. They may call you more than the other person does, or you have more verbal conversation with them. She said, yes, haha. They're about to, okay, so yes, haha. Yeah, so it's you. Okay, so the first one is more attractive, I feel like. You may talk to them more, or when you do talk to them, you have more conversation with them. Whereas the other one, it's more of a, when I see you, we'll connect, we'll talk, we'll have our time then. Where the other one, you may text more, communicate more, and is more receptive to conversating with you. The second one may be kind of more based into their life, he may act older. He may act older than the second one because you have the elder card, but he's more into he's good by himself. Okay. The second one, they don't really need like to be entertained. They will entertain themselves. So sometimes you may lean, and that's the thing, is what Spirit is telling me is you're trying to take two people to fill a void. Okay. And when one's not giving you the attention that you want, because you mainly want it from this one person, you go back and you fall back on the second person. Okay. But the first one makes you feel a sense of innocence. The second person makes you feel like comfortable, safe, stable when you're together physically. But sometimes when you're not with this person, you're all over the place because you don't know what's going on, because you're wondering like if there's someone else, or if he's even interested in you. But the thing is, he's just kind of like on his own journey. He's got a lot of his own interests. Now, the first guy, he has a different attention span. He may like to be more on social media, more texting, communicating. He's more lighthearted. So there's kind of a, even if there's only a month difference between the two of them, one of them acts a lot younger than the second one, right? But there's qualities that you get from both of them, right? There's qualities that you get from both of them. So for you, it would just be but they both have beautiful souls. I don't see like any, like I said, either choice is not a bad one because you have the victory card. She says, yes, one is more stable and older acting. Yep. And the younger one is newer in life and passion is crazy high. Absolutely. I see that. And it's like you get the stability from the one, but you get the excitement and the, spontaneity from the other. And you want both. I get that. And that's why you're trying to decide between the two. But like I said, neither choice is a bad choice, but let's talk about you though. Let's get down to how this will help you make a decision. Keep hitting that heart button for me, please. This is going to help channel that message, because I haven't read for you on live. There is a lot of my decks. I own about 90, 100 decks. I don't even remember. I stopped counting. But anyway, a lot of my decks like to have messages for y'all because they like speaking. They like talking. Spirit, what messages do you have for Alexa? She's a Gemini from Austin. She wants to know about these two options. Which option? Okay, so you want intimacy and commitment. And I feel like you have to put out to the universe what it is that you actually truly want. You want I desire. Thank you for the intimacy and the commitment. And sometimes that takes a while. You want to go with the slow and steady wins the race, right? But then you also get anxious and you don't have patience sometimes because you want passion. You know. Okay. So this guy here, he's still working on his spiritual maturity though, right? Option A, he's still working on like his path, his journey. Like I said, even though he's the same age or similar age to the other gentleman, he still has a lot of growth. Okay. So you could go on this journey with him, but just know that he's not there spiritually yet. Whereas I feel option B has more spirituality. Again, he has more interest as far as like he can keep himself busy. And that's the good thing about a man. You don't want somebody that's just very passionate, has all these energies, and doesn't know how to funnel that energy into an interest or a hobby. So, because then that's when you have to be worried about other people in the picture because there's two other women in this picture. I'm just saying. And again, he still has to learn some maturity. Now, for this other gentleman, Spirit, what messages do you have for this gentleman for Alexa right here? Okay, boom. Yes, there's a connection between him. And if you can tell, there's a lot more maturity in this card. She said, whoa, he is going through a divorce and has a daughter. Two women make sense. Okay, yes. Now for the second gentleman, this is someone that wants to take his time. He wants to build a connection. He can give you the intimacy and he can give you the commitment. But these things kind of go slower. And he's still in his energy of innocence. He's, like I said, he's more evolved. He's more someone that can sit on the porch and watch the sunset. He's someone that, again, has his own interests. He can always hold a conversation or talk to you. He may not be the person that wants to be on the phone, hanging out on the phone with you per se. His love language may be more quality time and physical connection because as you see in these cards, all these cards, the people are actually touching. There's actual connection. There's physical like touch. And you have to ask yourself, what is your love language? What do you want out of the relationship? Do you want excitement, spontaneity? Then you're going to go with this. If you want, commitment, connection, you want longevity, you're going to go with this gentleman. She says touch for sure. Then I think the writing's on the wall. It's going to be option B for you. Okay, there we go. Yeah. But it really does come down to you feeling joy. She says, I think I want freedom. And you can, because this is a card for you. This is who you need to be. When you are in this frequency, this vibration of love, and you love all things, you love everyone, this is what's going to actually bring more options to you, because I do again see that you do have the victory card. Okay. But sometimes it might just be you being to yourself, being free, learning how to go to the park, enjoy the finer things, the fun things, the light things, the just having your own innocence. And your own innocence is what's actually going to attract. Look how beautiful these cards are. But your innocence, your beautiful innocence is what's really going to help you attract the right person for the longevity. And I do see sexual freedom on the bottom of the deck. But if you are wanting that sexual freedom, it's going to be with, again, the person that's going to give you that physical touch and that connection. And I think you already know the answer. You know the answer from this point, right? Let's clarify. Yeah, because this, like I said, the other gentleman, he's still going through maturity. He's still learning emotional intelligence and his maturity. and maturity. And that's probably why he's going through a divorce right now too. But again, you got commitment again for this gentleman over here. Fives might be a number for you to look for. But I do see that you will be knowing, you'll be able to have more of a final decision, or you'll have some conclusion to what you need to do by the end of this month. Okay. I see that this is a beautiful month. This is still summer. This is July. Before the Lionsgate portal, I think there will be some type of clarity that's going to come through for you and help you decide what it is you want. But like I said, either is victory. You got the 10 of Pentacles. You have the yes card. But again, she says, I wish intimate life was better than the old yeah. And I see that, but maybe someone, teach a new dog or teach an old dog new tricks, because again, it's like, do you want to be old and single later on in life? Or do you want someone that when y'all can't even be sexual with each other, you can still have intimacy, right? But like I said, go ahead and have your fun. Like either one of them is a victory. But this guy on this side, he's got more spiritual maturity to learn, right? And he might be going through some karmic lessons dealing with his spouse, his current spouse. And, you don't want to get mixed up in that. But if you do, there is a lesson for you to learn in that, okay? So if you accept your message, please write accept. We always say we want this, and then when we get it, we like, ooh, we did not want this. We did not want all this fuckery. And I think you have to be wise. Be wise. And I mean, foreplay, if people learn more foreplay, I think sex would be so much better. I think people can work on their sexual styles. I think people can learn to be more intimate. It's just you have to be able to teach, and you have to learn to be able to communicate that. So get to know, ask more questions. Don't think just surface level that you know either one of them well enough to make a decision. I would still be interviewing both of them. Okay. And if you accept your message, thank you for writing accept. All right. Yeah, and I do write, if you guys write accept in the comments. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All right, we have Kay Linda. Her name is Clinda from Capricorn. And she goes like 5 new. Well, it doesn't say, you have to like the video and you have to subscribe, Clinda, and then I'll put you on the list, okay? Thank you for you guys just being on here. You guys can stay and hang out and enjoy everyone else's messages. I will also do some dowsing rods here in a little bit for those that stay on. I will work with my dowsing rods, and you can ask a yes or a no question, and I will get you an answer. Clinda, are you still here? Capricorn. And it's Kay Linda. Kay Linda. Okay. And she's a Capricorn. All right. Thank you so much. And where are you watching from, Miss Clinda? Where are you watching from? Spirit, what messages do you have for Clinda? What message do you have for Clinda? Oh, you're watching from Orlando. I've been there. Have I been to Orlando? Yeah, I've been to Orlando. I've been to Orlando and I've been to Miami. I'm in Texas, if you wanted to know. Okay. Clinda, do you have any questions that you would like to ask, or would you like me to do general? Let me know. You have to make sure you dialogue with me because this is a live reading with a psychic. Let me know if you have a question. If not, I'm going to go in. Okay, so I am channeling some of your energy, Miss Clinda. I'm going to take a reach out there. I'm going to light an incense because somebody wants to come through for you. Somebody that has passed on. I have a message for you. Texas is like Florida. Yes, want to know the surrounding energy on my next long-term relationship. Thank you. Okay. So you have somebody in your aura. She said, oh yeah, maybe yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as I tapped into your energy, and I don't really always read for people that do that, but it's like a really strong presence. And like when I tap in and you tell me that it's your dad, it almost makes me want to cry. I feel like you were really, really close with him. And I don't know if you lost him in the last 5 years or so, but I feel like that connection just feels like you lost him yesterday, right? And as soon as I like tapped in and I was like asking spirit, it was like, this is something that we need to discuss because it'll help me help you understand your relationship with that you're inquiring about now. Does that make sense? So we gonna ask some questions if you don't mind. She lost him in 2025, but we wasn't really close. Well, he close to you now, sis. Cause like I can tell that you had just lost him, and I think a lot of people don't understand that just because you weren't close in this dimension doesn't mean like they don't go over to the next dimension to be closer to you there. Yes, so it's very strong. And I don't know if you talked to him, but if you would like for me to channel a message from him, I will, but I will not do it unless you give me permission. Okay. But he here. That's why I was like, let me light my incense, because when I light my incense, they love my incense. And I burn frankincense and myrrh incense that are hand rolled. So I create a sacred space. So if you're okay, I would love to get a message for you. And she says she lost him in 2025. And I understand that. I felt that. But it's up to you, sis. If you want me to read that, I feel like it does have a connection with your relationship, though. Oh, yes, go ahead. I'm okay with it. Okay, so let me go get Shay. She's my love that passed on. She's going to help me with this reading. Let me go get the decks because they're on my altar. I'll be right back. Okay, so I leave a few decks on my altar because I'd like to infuse the energy of my loved one that passed on so that she can assist me with readings. And we were just talking yesterday about how I was going to incorporate her in my readings. And this is the way that she wanted me to do it. So this is how we doing it. And I lost my soul mom during COVID. So I get it. 6 years. So, okay, spirit, mama, help me out with this reading. Go ahead and hit that heart button for me. We're going to go deep with you, Miss Clinda. It's no mistake. It's no coincidence that you are here. I literally was meditating on my altar last night. Mama says she wanted to be here. So the fact that you are actually here, and it's just divine. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for Clinda? Clinda is a Capricorn. She is from Orlando. We want to connect with her father. Kind of a tall guy. I see a mustache. Brownish, lighter on the lighter brown hair at some point, maybe when he was younger. Um, kind of old fashioned. I know you said you guys weren't close, but looks like that man could tell a good story. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have? What else can we do to connect? Keep hitting that heart button for me, please. There we go. Yes, yes. Woo! Okay, it's coming through. That's what I knew. What messages? That's okay. Okay. Okay, come on, Spirit. Give me something. It's coming through. It's coming. There we go. Okay. So this is what I got. This is the message I got. I think she said she thinks he died at 65. Yep. Okay. So he's been trying to send you signs. Okay. He's been trying to send you signs, rainbows, feathers. You might be seeing them and be like, ooh, but yeah, that's Father trying to communicate with you. He's trying to send you signs and reminders. He feels that you're vulnerable right now. You're very vulnerable right now. Okay. And you're vulnerable, but you also want your freedom. And he understands that. He wants you to have both. He wants you to be able to be vulnerable in your relationships, but he also wants you to be free. He doesn't want you to get lost in your relationship and lose yourself and lose the connection that he wants to build with you. Okay. He wants you to also be assertive. He's understanding that sometimes you can either be passive aggressive or you're not very assertive. You don't always speak your truth, or you don't speak up for yourself, and you may have an issue with communicating your thoughts and your feelings. So that's why he's saying make sure that you're communicating how you feel. He wants you to speak up for you. He wants you to communicate clearly what you want in this relationship, what you want out of life. He wants you to still have your freedom, because he doesn't want you to lose yourself. And I feel like you've lost yourself in a previous relationship, and he's seen that. Whether he saw that physically or whether he felt that spiritually, even though he was alive, but y'all weren't necessarily connected together, he still feels you. And you're like a beautiful star to him. You're like even though you don't physically see him, he's looking at you like a star, like this beautiful shining star, right? Like you're a supernova. You're just beautiful. And that's how he thinks of you. And I feel like you've been going through a transformation of trying to learn yourself, right? Even though you may not have been close to him, this death or this grief is still impacting you, right? And I feel like you haven't really talked about it much with the right person, and you haven't grieved it. So you've been holding it in because you don't necessarily know what to do with those emotions. Does that make sense? And it's like you've kind of bottled up some stuff inside. And sometimes it's like, even though he passed away just last year, it doesn't mean that you still don't have a right to grieve, right? And you don't have to grieve in front of people. You don't have to, something can just trigger you and you'll just be crying. She said, yeah, she's trying to understand herself. And yes, you do. And that's why Papa Dad don't want you necessarily getting like serious about nothing, because you still need your freedom. Yes, not very expressive. Yes. So you, like I said, he understands that's about you, but he wants to protect this baby girl. He does not want you out here getting somewhere where you're just mute. You're not talking, you're not expressing yourself. He's saying that you need to be more assertive. Okay. Let me see if I have any more messages from him. Spirit, what message do you have? And you're vulnerable right now, right? But you're going through the transformation. That's what I said. You're still going through a transformation. So I can ask about the relationship. Let me ask about it. Knowing that what we know, Spirit, hit that heart button for me. You need to still love yourself first. Your self-respect is what's going to actually, you're still forgiving and learning, right? And then you're attracting. Okay, so what's being said now is, you still gotta. Please forgive your father. We have to understand that sometimes in life, they did the best they could do, and sometimes the best they could do wasn't the best at all. But at the same time, we still have to forgive them. They have lived their life. They have done their karma, but we got to forgive them. So there's somewhere in your heart, like I said, you've been just pushing this down. You haven't grieved it completely. She says she thinks when he died, it triggered something. Absolutely did. And it needed to. It needed to. That was the beginning of your healing process. Okay. And because your self-respect, you're still working on that self-respect. And it says your self-respect makes you more attractive, but you're not attractive yet. Well, not saying that you're not physically attractive, but you're energetically not there yet because you're still working through forgiving him. Ooh. And he's not here with me now to make you forgive him. It's just that when you don't fully forgive yourself and him and the relationship that you had or you didn't have, you end up attracting that same hurt in the relationships that you have. And you're going to have people that are going to come into your life and then they're going to pull the rug up from under you and leave you, and you're not going to even know who you are still. Okay. Okay. So it forgiving and learning is going to be really important for you. Yeah, same thing. 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Yeah, you get into these relationships and then someone put a rug up from under you or they leave you because you're still learning some things. You're still learning. She said, yes, that's true. I don't forgive. I hold a lot. Absolutely. And you're still working through that because what's going to happen is you're going to get in another relationship and you're going to have another hardship again because you're still needing to heal that void and that absence of your father now. But by creating some new transformation and understanding that he's trying to send you signs and remind you that you are vulnerable, but it's okay to be vulnerable, but be free, and don't necessarily try to rush into anything with anybody, right? Because you do want that happy family, you do want that happy ending, but it's not going to stay a happy ending if you haven't done the work. All you're going to do is attract this person in, maybe have children, maybe get married, because I see the 4 of Wands. That is a potential. If you were asking, yes, it is. But you're going to have hardships. You're going to feel left out alone again. That void between what that relationship that you had with your father is still impacting you. Okay. And you could also have escapism yourself, where instead of dealing with something head on, you run and you run from your problems. You don't face them face on. She says, so absolutely working on forgiveness is very important, because you keep it's hardships. I keep hearing hardships. So, and it could be right now just being an emotional hardship. But the last thing she said, yes, she's a runner. Yes, absolutely. I see that. And there's these financial hardships. There's these circumstantial hardships. There's these abandonments. There's this crisis. If you keep running from that, it's going with you. It's like that cloud that you keep running from, and it's like, oh, that cloud looked like it ain't moved, because really you haven't moved. You haven't moved spiritually within yourself to do the healing. So the healing is still stuck within you. Okay. So my message would for you to be is to, connect with your father any way you know how. You could, leave some flowers at his grave, go talk to him. The people at the cemeteries, it be popping at the cemeteries, let me tell you that. Okay. Someone that's been hanging out at cemeteries before, they be talking, they be partying, they be drinking, they be doing all the things. Anyway, go send some flowers. Go honor him. Go honor him because he is you. You are him. He is half of you. And if you keep abandoning and not facing that, you're really not facing yourself. Okay. But yes, forgiving and learning is very important for you right now. And to love yourself, have that self respect. And if this relationship is built on, something that's solid, he not gonna go nowhere. He gonna wait for you. He gonna be patient, and he's gonna respect the fact that you need this time, you need this transformation, and you need this freedom to learn and love yourself wholly and completely, so that you're not looking for your partner to fill that void. Okay, and if you accept your message, please write accept. You probably didn't think that was going to happen today, did you? She's like, I know that's what I'm currently doing. All right. Thank you for accepting your message. I appreciate you. I'm live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I think those are the days that we decided. Yeah. And Sundays. Yes. And you probably didn't expect me to be doing all that. But girl, let me tell you, your father's presence is so strong around you. I couldn't do anything else but tell you. And it's crazy because sometimes I be like getting nudges. And she says, I enjoyed the reading. I was just crying before I got on your reading and I wanted to sleep. Purge, cry. I got chills for you. My hairs are sticking up on my arms. Let it out. It doesn't have to be something specific, but if your body is telling you, it's just kind of like when you have to go poop, Scott, or pee, right? It's not like because you're like, okay, body, I need to go do this. Your body is telling you that something needs to happen. Something needs to come out. Okay. So crying is the same way. If your body is telling you that you need to cry, then you need to cry. And she says, and I feel so alone. I haven't one near me. You have your father so close to you. You are so, listen, y'all, you're never alone. You are never alone. You're never alone. Your father is with you so strong. Like I don't even see you, but I see him. I feel him. So you're not alone. You're very much not alone. You're very much supported. You have one of the best cheerleaders on your team. This person like really truly is here to be your 24-hour, 7-day a week guardian. And the great thing about that is something to brag about. That is something to be proud about. And if you didn't get to feel proud and brag about your father when he was living, you have him for eternity now. Okay. And I know a lot of people like don't believe it, but the other side is literally like right here. Okay. We are spiritual beings in human bodies. Okay. But just be assertive and speak up for yourself more. I feel like that's where even anybody you're dating right now or whoever you're considering, like if you could just speak up for yourself, they're going to respect you a lot more too. I saw that respect and self-respect was something that you're still working on. And, your father's sorry that he couldn't be the one to teach you those life lessons. But if you create an altar or, just have his obituary and a candle lit, okay? Make it simple. People overcomplicate connecting to their ancestors. People overcomplicate talking to their spirit team. You don't have to overcomplicate anything. Your spirit team is always right there. There's no time with spirit. Spirit is all the time. Okay. So I'm glad that resonated with you. And if anybody else would like your reading, I would love to channel your energy. It's not easy doing this. I make it look easy, but you know, I too spend a lot of time in solitude. So whenever I get around people, I can really sense stuff they're going through. And I'm glad, but I usually, you know, you have to give me permission to. Also, too, at the bottom of the deck, you did have the Temperance card: peace, patience, moderation, inner calm. Get near water. Go get near water. Go take a walk. Go to a pond or a lake in your area. You're in Orlando. Oh my gosh, there's tons of water. And you need to go put your feet in some salt water. Major healing. Major healing. Send me some sand, okay? You're in a beautiful place. You're already around a place where you can do and get a lot of healing. Yes, you need to be around water. And if you can't get in the water, thank you, Kashina. Kashina, you want to get on the list today? I know I read for you often. You can get on the list today too. She said, Vet is amazing at what she does. Thank you so much. I love it. Me and Kashina are in a girl group, a girl power group together. We've never met in real life, but I feel like I know her. She's like a sister from a different mister. Love you, Miss Kashina. If you guys haven't already, you guys can go to like her page as well. Kashina Speaks. She's speaking so highly of just her transformation. Clinda, you would relate to some of her material as well. And you're more than welcome to come on here and get readings from me. Okay. Kashina, you're a Leo, Cancer, right? Kashina. And she's a Leo or Cancer Leo, right? On the cusp. And you're in Georgia, right? I think you're in Georgia, right? Let me see here. I just read. Yes, you're in Georgia. Georgia. Okay. So, Ms. Kashina, you'll be next. And we're at 1 hour. I'm going to put it at 1:14. Okay, Ms. Kashina, go ahead and hit that heart button for me, love. Let me see what I can pull from you. Okay, love. You got some different energy tonight. You got some different energy tonight, sis. Your sacral and your solar plexus energy is popping right now. Like popping right now. Like, I don't know if you've been feeling like sexual urges or if you just feeling like you just want to keep creating, keep creating, keep creating. I really feel like your sacral motor and your solar plexus energy is just popping today. And I want to read a message from you, but it's from a deck that I hardly ever work with because it's very much 18 and above. Okay. Let me find it though, because it's calling me and I close my eyes and it's the only deck that wants to talk to you right now. But let me just tell you, this deck is R-rated. It's R-rated. It's R-rated. Oh, here it is right here. Ooh, baby, the Kama Sutra. Kama Sutra want to talk to you, girl. What you done been doing? Kama Sutra want to talk to you. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for Kashina? I don't know. I haven't worked. This deck damn near brand new. I hardly ever worked with it, but this one was like, speak to her. Spirit, what messages do you have for Kashina? She is a Cancer Leo from Georgia. What messages you have for her? I know you got something in here. I can't show you what the pictures look like. Because I am... Okay. I'm just saying I can't. I could try, but they might not let me record their video. That's a lot of major arcana, sis. Every time I read for you though, I feel like that you're vibrating so like, okay, you got some changes coming in here. Okay, you got some changes. You got a lot of major arcana, sis. I don't know how you done did this out this deck, but this deck is okay. So you have 2 swords in a cup. Get it? 2 swords in a cup. Girl, I really feel like you have 2 offers that might be coming your way with the 9 of swords and the 11 of swords, right? Because it's like when you have such a powerful sacral and solar plexus energy, and you're just in this energy, like you're just like vibing really high, you know, you got your orange candles going, you got your yellow, you're eating the fruits and stuff. Your sacral and solar are really out here doing the work for you. Okay. They doing the work for you. There's 2 options of men's or peoples, we'll just call them peoples, that really do want to spend some time with you. Okay. One of them may be someone from the past. This is someone that you build relationships. Like this is someone you can look eye to eye to, right? This is someone that you are like, y'all vibe, y'all are evenly yoked, basically. Okay. There's somebody, it might have been a friend. Let me see here. We can't be doing all these cards now, Spirit. Come on now. What's this 9? Okay. An 1111. You got 1111. Also, I just want to put that out there because wishes can come true, sis. And if you want options, I don't see why you have to just be like, God, send me one person. God, send me some fun experiences. Send me people, send me options, send me opportunities. Like keep it open. Some of y'all are only praying on one person, and then you put all your eggs in that one basket, and then when that ain't going right, you left out alone. I feel like for you, there's going to be 2 people because you got 1111. One of them might be an air sign, one of them might be an earth sign, but baby, they want to do some things, sis. They want to do some things. And you're going to pick one of them because you got the 5 of cups, which just means that you have options. Okay. But somebody going to feel like they lost you. Like these 2 people that you are attracting, they see value in you because you have really done the work. You have really decided what your non-negotiables are, what it is that you really want out of these opportunities and these experiences, and you're not settling for less. You have raised the bar, and there are people that are coming to reach it. Okay, so let me read this to you because this is a deck that I have hardly even worked with, but yeah, it got messages. And like I said, one of these people, it's really going to depend on, I think, if I had to be and say some things, I think, Kashina, I think you like the person that you can look face to face to. Okay. Like, what is it they call that? Missionary. You like the missionary, right? You like someone that puts you in that divine feminine, that's like got that romance, that connection, that eye to eye. But somebody else here wants to do it another way. But the thing is, okay, let me see here, girl, because it's a whole lot. I'm just trying not to get caught up in the pictures. I'm just trying not to get caught up in the pictures, okay? So, again, you have these offers coming in. One person's really confident, and you're going to know who this is right off the bat because he's very confident. He's very confident. And this might be the person that wants to eyeball you looking in your face because he wants you to know. I see some things. I see some things, sis. I see some things. All right. So you have 2, like you just have all these people coming in. What the hell? Girl, I'm trying to make sense of it. Okay. So you got to get over being frigid though. Okay. You got to get over being frigid. You got to get over some of your phobias. If you got phobias and they're not for you, don't do it no more. Okay. Phobias ain't what you need to be doing. You need to kind of look at some of your phobias, look at some of the things that you were rigid with in the past. Did it work for you? Did it make sense? Do you need to kind of realign and reassign some new rules? Okay. Because I think like you need to work on that just a little bit, especially when it comes to intimacy. Okay. Because you've got a lot of the other areas taken care of. It's just when you get to the intimacy level, that's when things start kind of falling apart and going left. Okay. So it's going to be important for you to work on being rigid. Where are you rigid? Where is rigid not working for you no more? Okay. Because one of these people's really does have, wants to kind of break you out of that rigidness. Okay. Or being frigid. Right. One of these guys, the king, the suit. Yeah. He's honest. One of them's honest. I think the one that kind of is more traditional, he's going to be more honest. But this other one, let me see about him. Yep. Okay. Girl, there's a whole lot going on in this reading. Your energy's all over. She said, "You right. I've been avoidant." Yes. So you can't be avoidant. You're going to have to work on emotional intelligence with these two. 1111, make a wish, sis, because honestly, the way the reading is like you could have whatever you want, but can you maintain it? Can you keep it? You can have things come to you, but are you able to maintain it? Okay. So when I look at your past, I see like, yes, that you were very rigid. You had some phobias, right? And maybe they were around sex. Maybe they were around being intimate. So this person that's coming in, he's trying to break that out. He's trying to get you up out of there. He's going to be very honest with you. And the thing is can you accept, can you respect someone else's honesty? Okay. But you know what? You can if you're honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself first. You got to be able to look yourself in the mirror. You got to be able to love what you see, naked, fully dressed, whatever it is. And you got to know what you need to work on and what you look good at, right? You've got to know these things because the next person, he gonna be blunt and he's gonna test you. But it's not a bad test, it's a real good test because iron sharpens iron. I see that. Iron sharpens iron. So this is somebody that really wants to come in and really elevate you, really push you out of your comfort zone. And you got to be comfortable with that. You can't be frigid with this person. This person, he has a lot of air in his chart. That's Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So he gonna communicate those things to you, and you cannot feel offended or be able to take constructive criticism. Is what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So with this Five of Cups, though, typically that is loss and regret. So if we don't change and we keep going and getting into the next relationship, you're gonna feel loss and regret again. But how do we get past that? We got to learn not to be frigid. We got to learn to be open for open constructive criticism, but also be able to give some too, because iron sharpens the iron. Now, don't be just taking it and not giving it. Okay. Now for the Pentacles, because you got this Knight of Pentacles, he move a little bit slower. Okay, so here it is. You got one that moves a little bit slower because he's a Knave of Pentacles, right? He's practical. He may have his shit together financially, but you might not get that spark of passion from him. He's more traditional. Okay. And then you got this other person that's blunt. He's witted. He's fast acting. He's putting you in pretzels. Okay. But it's up to you which one, because 1111 you have both options. I'm just saying, you just have both options, and you're gonna choose one of them. But the one that you choose is literally a mix of the two. So the download for you is, which one are you more long-term attracted to? right? And then it's going to come down to your communication. And that's too where you're saying you're avoidant. You're going to have to learn how to communicate what it is you like and what you don't like in the bedroom. Okay. Just going to speak it to you. You're going to have to communicate the things. You haven't communicated. You've kind of been more passive as far as like what you want. What you kind of just let the man take control of that. But I feel like for you moving forward, it's really going to be you communicating on a long term, like this is what it is, and being comfortable with that and being able comfortable with that person. That's going to be the person that you're going to choose. It's the person that you're more comfortable with talking about how you want to be intimate, because that's going to be the person that's actually going to want to do the things that you like. And then you guys are going to be able to kind of fulfill each other's fantasies, if that makes sense. Yeah. I know it makes sense. But I see this is like y'all said, your sacral and your solar plexus energy is so on fire that if you like, you're like one of those people, like if you leave the house, somebody gonna holler at you, somebody gonna want to talk to you, gonna look at you, somebody gonna compliment you. Like that's how high your sacral and solar plexus energy is. She says, I'm just a cold engine. Yeah, I know, because you didn't have all these boundaries. You got so many boundaries, and I feel like that's why you've got this avoidant energy. You're cold, you're avoidant times. But girl, you gonna have to learn how to. You're not cold right now. Let's just say that. You're not cold right now, sis. You got a lot of sword energy in your reading, which is really dealing with the mind. And you got to get out of telling yourself that, stop comparing yourself to that. That's the old version of Kashina. The new version of Kashina is vibrant, exciting, fun, like spontaneous. I'm not rigid no more. I'm open-minded. Like you've got to come with that type of energy for this person. Because look, here's the difference. This is why the two cards came out now. I get it. You got boundaries. This is somebody sitting at home with her animals. Maybe she got a bird or something. She got a fence up right here, right? And then this lady right here, this is Kashina. This is the Kashina. This is old Kashina right here. Oh, yeah, this is old Kashina right here. This new Kashina, right? There's a difference. This is where you're at right now. This is the energy that you're vibrating until you decide you want to shut that off. So I would say for you, you're not at all cold. You're not like a cold engine. I wouldn't even talk about myself like that. I wouldn't even do that. This is new Kashina. And this luminosity energy that you have, continue to speak from your heart. And somebody is listening to you. Somebody is really like wanting to look you eye to eye, make beautiful love to you, be very romantic with you, very intimate and passionate to you. But it's going to take you opening up and staying warm. You got to stay ready so you ain't got to get, okay? Any more messages for Kashina Spirit? Any more messages? Boom, bottom of the deck. You got to clearly decide, though. If you're ready for it, be ready for it and stay ready for it. Don't say you want something and then Spirit come and give it to you. And you like, nah, well, it didn't look like this. It didn't feel like that. Like you got to take your time. Like I say, people, foreplay is like so like this here. Very soon, though, love. Very soon. Very soon. Okay. Clearly decide what you want so it can come to you now. Like I said, it's about to come to you, sis. No pun intended. But I'll just see it for you. That sexual energy is strong. Any more messages? Okay, look. The time to disconnect from the world. Retreat. Look, she's in a wedding gown, y'all. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card and I'm going to give you one final message. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got one more card. Romantic emotions and feelings, though. Okay, look. Oh my God. Okay. Are you ready for this, Kashina? Are you ready for all this? Are you ready for all this? Because this can come in really fast, especially with how you're sending out the SOS. Are you ready for this? I know I said what, but again, clearly decide what you want. Are you looking for a life partner? Are you desiring the experience of a life partner, or are you just wanting some thrill, like you really got to start considering those things. We're not getting any younger. Well, some of us are, but not all of us. But if you don't feel like you're getting any younger, then you got to start seeing and planning with the universe what it is that you want and clearly deciding so it can come to you. She says, I certainly am. You got to learn how to tell spirit, command your universe, because you are the God. But again, there's something with marriage coming in. And again, this could be a long-term relationship with someone. And again, I see a person like really like looks at you. And that's the thing, is some people aren't really comfortable with themselves, so they don't like look at each other when she says, I haven't given up on love, I never will. Some people are more comfortable with just sex, but this is intimacy, this is making love, this is romance. There's a whole level. So spirit needs to know, do you want this or do you want this way up here? So it's time for you to start clearly deciding what it is you want. If you want marriage, don't be afraid to say that you want marriage. If you want a union, don't be afraid to say that that's what you want. But if you're giving off mixed messages with the universe, guess what? Universe going to give you someone that's going to give you mixed messages in your relationship sector as well. Okay. So very soon is the timeline. And if you accept your message, please write accept. So you're not a cold engine. You are a well-oiled engine now. Okay. You're well-oiled. You're well running. That way, you know what I'm saying? I am well-oiled. You know what I'm saying? I run well. I run smooth. What about you? And sometimes too, it could be you have to learn how to what do they call it? When people like talk all sexy to each other, you got to learn how to play, girl. Play, flirt, things, do the things. Men love that type of stuff, especially with just who you're attracting in. And if your libido is doing what it do, that foreplay is so fun. Like that foreplay would be so fun with that person. They will love that. That's what's going to set you apart from every other person in Atlanta or in Georgia, whatever area in Georgia you're in. We know about Georgia, but what I'm saying is it's going to help bring about people that actually really like want to get to know you on a deeper level, and not just sex, but actual intimacy and relationship, right? So, and I keep getting yes for you, girl. Yes. But it may come after you move too. I don't know. How do you feel about living and staying in Georgia? Are you set on staying in Georgia? I'm just asking. Yes, you want to stay in Georgia? Okay. Well, if you want to stay there, okay. Okay. It's your choice. The way you said yes. Okay. Like I said, I hear a lot of yeses for you. I feel like I love it here, but you would move. Oh, okay. Good. Well, that's great. I love that you keep that open, because you might have to. I don't know. I keep getting abundance for you. We talked about this today, but you got abundance again. So keep doing what you're doing, love. I feel like you're on the right path. Sometimes we just need that confirmation. It's not really necessarily that we need a whole this, that, and the other, but sometimes we just need the confirmation. And like I said, whatever you're doing with your sacral and your solar plexus chakras, keep doing it. If you aren't being able to get out and be creative, just make sure you're handling that and keeping those balanced. So that energy has somewhere to go and you're not just keeping it stuck. Okay. But yeah. All right. Thank you for accepting your message. I appreciate you. Yes. I couldn't show you, but this is the Kama Sutra deck. I don't know if you're into tarot, but yeah, they be getting it in on these cards. I wish I could show it to you, but this is the only deck that was like, yes, let me say something. And you'd be surprised. Like I did a reading for myself before I went to Vegas, and it was like, oh, you're gonna meet this guy, and you need to wear this color dress. And I did all the things. And baby, guess what? I did. I met somebody. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I was gonna meet somebody from like nostalgic, like somebody from the past. And literally somebody hit me up from 30 years ago that I went to high school with, and he lives in Vegas. And he came and saw me while I was at the MGM. I mean, it was nothing like romantic or nothing. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just the fact that my cards told me that I was going to see this person, and I actually literally did. And I just did what spirit told me to do. That's what I do. When my cards tell me to do something, I'll be doing it. And it's funny because in the cards, I'm trying to see if I can find the spread, but because I take pictures of my spreads because I'm like, did that really happen? It did. But my cards told me to wear silver and blue dresses, and I did. I literally went shopping for blue and silver dresses specifically because I was like, well, I'm just going to play along with the reading. And I did. And I was very impressed to know that, yeah. Oh, here it is. Is it this one? Oh, that was from the flight. I read some people on the way. But when I sit next to people on the plane, it's hard not to read their energy. And I did a whole reading. Yeah, so spirit told me to wear like this dress. So I bought this dress. You see what color I'm wearing. I'm wearing like this gray silver dress because I did a reading on myself and it told me to do what it told me to do. And I did. I'm trying to figure out where the reading is because I want to say did the reading right before I left. Fuck. I know I did. But I did the reading and it was like, oh, you need to wear this color dress. And I did. And I sure did. I met this guy and we hung out. It was so fun. Anyway, I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, I was just really impressed with my reading. So yeah, so Chris, I can't find the reading now. Now it's going to trip me out because I can't find that specific reading because I know it's probably on my other social media. But one of these days I'll show it to you guys because I was like, oh yeah, that shit. Oh, here it is. Okay, so look at my reading because I did a weekly reading on myself. I did a weekly reading. And then in the reading, let me lock my screen real quick. So in my reading, if you notice, 6 of baskets right there. Okay, so this was my Thursday, Friday, no, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, no, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't remember. Anyway, so in the reading though, because look, this is Tuesday, right? On the airplane, getting all my stuff searched to the x-ray machine. This is how I see things. And I ended up going to a dinner and there was a whole lot of other people there and I had to defend myself against, their thoughts and their energy and just protecting my energy. And then look, 6 of baskets. So I was going to meet someone this day and I was going to meet someone this day, right? 6 of baskets. wore that gray dress, and then I also wore a blue dress. And then the Father of Baskets guy was the guy that I ended up meeting with that from 30 years ago. And you see, I wore the same similar color dress. And then when I went to hang out with him, I wore a blue dress because I was looking cute. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. And then, yeah. And then these are the flowers, yeah, from one of the people. So I'm just saying, like, if you just do the things, like, just do the things, and it'd be subtle things. It's not like anything major you have to do. It's just subtle. Just keep doing what you're doing and be very subtle about any changes you're making, because whatever you're doing is great. You know, sometimes people will want to do a whole bunch of drastic changing, and then you're kind of figuring out, what did I change in my matrix? What did I change in my energy that threw me off of the course I was on? And I don't want you to get way off your course, you know, because your door to value is increasing. Okay. So, yes, it is amazing. I know. I was like, wow, this is really happening. And I went to the dinner, and it was like, what day was the dinner on? The dinner was on Thursday. I went to Vegas on Tuesday. Wednesday, I was by myself. Thursday, I was like, God. And I was like, I didn't even want to go to the dinner, but I went to the dinner because of the reading. The reading was like, you're going to meet somebody. And I was like, I don't know. And then when I went, it was like everybody was married up, but one guy sitting at my table had a homeboy with him that they came together because he was single. So he actually brought one of the only single people in the whole convention. And he sat next to me. And everything about the reading came through. And I just was so amazed. So absolutely amazed. And it's just beautiful when you know your tarot and you like really like this is a deck I would recommend people getting. I don't really tell people, and I don't read everybody for this one, but this is a deck, the Hoodoo deck. This is the one I read out of for myself quite a bit. If you're interested in getting a tarot deck that you really want like to dive and delve into, this one's amazing. This Hoodoo deck. And it's got a full page book as well with the picture in it as well. This is the one I do for myself. And my sister has this deck. So whenever her and I exchange or do readings, well, she'll do a reading on her and I'll do a reading on me. And then we'll like talk about them together. And we do that quite a bit. But when I get this deck out, this deck will snatch my edges because it don't hold no punches. Okay. So this is the deck that told me I was going to be needed, everything. And I journal all my readings too, because a lot of people will, go to a horoscope and then they think like their whole day is supposed to be like based off of that horoscope. Well, what I do is I do the reading, maybe journal a little bit, and then I'll come back and see how that reflected or how it related to my day or my week, something to that effect, right? That's how I do readings. I used to be the other way. Like everybody was addicted to a horoscope. And the first thing you do is get up, check your horoscope, right? Now we check our phones, but we used to check our horoscopes back in the day. Now she says, that's what I like. I want Spirit to tell me what I need to know, even if it hurts. Absolutely. So this would be a great deck for you, Spirit woman. Just do. Okay. Boom. Yep. 3 of coins. Look at her. 3 of coins also too means that you are doing some apprenticeship. You're learning higher learning. You're learning new tricks, trades. You're learning. You're studying. You're being like an apprentice. Could be going back to school. Could be taking some new course of action as well. And then you have the Son of Sticks. Now, the Son of Sticks, let me ask about him because I know he has 6 fingers and not 5. The Son of Sticks. Let me see what he is in this book to us. That's the Son of, okay. Son of Knives, Father of Coins. And this deck is just, it's a little bit different. It's the artist is a Black artist as well. So that's kind of why I gravitated to this tarot deck. But it works a little bit differently. Oh, also too, you'll like this one because it has an herb or an oil that you can reference back to. So I've done some really deep diving in this book and created some teas and all types of things from the messages in it in the book. But this one is one I highly, burdock root. Oh, and I was just channeling that burdock root and apple juice or pear juice to make a really good tea. And I just channeled that on the way home. So burdock root was one of the things that I was channeling. But okay, so he is the Son of Sticks, which is burdock root. And he shows off his 6-fingered left hand as he triumphantly holds up a stick with his right one. He is not ashamed of being polydactyl. In fact, he's proud of it. So again, there's something that you need to be proud of. And I feel like this is this new Kashina, right? This new adventure, this new course of action you're taking. This is something for you to be proud of. This is not something for you to shy away from, right? And it says, his ability to do highly effective crosswork hexes is evident by the fact that the extra digit in his left hand. The left hand has long been associated with the deeper mysteries, the devil or black magic, depending on who you ask. The salamander or the red pygmy rattlesnakes symbolizes the sun's power. Okay. He represents younger vigor. On the positive side, he's loyal, idealistic, creative, enthusiastic, solution-based, fearless, independent, and loves to learn. Okay. On the negative, he's unreliable, pushy, indecisive, confused, selfish, lazy, or a real downer who always prefers to discuss and emphasize anything unpleasant. And in reading, if he doesn't represent a literal person, he represents those attributes. So for you, I feel like this is just saying like, okay, 8 of Sticks. You might get some communications with the 8 of Sticks from the Son of Sticks. And this could be a fire sign energy. And this could be someone that's reaching out to you that they want to inquire more about your business or your enterprise, whatever it is you're doing. And you got to be proud of what you're speaking. You got to own it. And some people may be insecure or feel like they got to play small because they're not knowing how if this person has good intentions. But this person may be wanting to communicate with you or trying to collab or just be curious about you because he's got something too that he's not telling you. So I feel like there's going to be a little bit of kind of like inquisitive energy between somebody, but this person, like I said, is going to communicate fast with you with the 8 of Sticks. This could come out of the middle of nowhere and you're gonna be like, oh, and he might even catch you off guard because you're not expecting him to ask about, your hoodoo side or your mystical side. You may not be expecting that, but he might be very curious about that. And that might be something that kind of like merges you two together, because he has his own skill or he has his own history in the esoteric arts as well. Okay, so that's just another little message. So if you're a fire sign, girl, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. We always say the king of fire or the king of wands is Mr. King Dingaling in the tarot deck. So if he's a fire sign, it's okay. And you got a little fire and a little water. You guys probably do a good job eating each other out. So, all right, love. But that's what I got for you today. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I know I feel like I've been reading a lot of love for you lately, but it's in the air, sis. It's in the air. It's in the air. And we ain't got nothing but to do but to breathe it in and receive it. And just keep receiving it. That's how Stella got her groove back, right? She had to breathe. She had to burn down some shit, and you done the burn down, and now you can rebuild, right? And sometimes you got to tear everything down. You got to tear it all down. So anyway, well, I am going to concluding on here today. I've already been on here for almost 2 hours. I was a little bit tired today, so I'm going to do some editing of my video. She said it does seem like I'm getting love. Really good. I love that for you. Send some hearts to you in the chat because I appreciate you. Girl, keep it there. Keep that vibration high. Like fear shrinks and it contracts our energy field, and love expands it. So we don't even have to work for it. It'll just come to us. We are just attracting things. We are like people will be like a moth to a flame to us. Yes. So yes, thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate your support. I'm very proud of you. I'm close to 100 subscribers now. I might have just broke 100 tonight. I'm not sure. But either way, we're just happy to be here and in our space and have this opportunity to speak our truth. Okay. So have a good evening, and I will talk to you again on the next video.